Welcome back to the All Out NRL Fantasy Podcast. Round 14, boys, is in the books. Some very interesting talking points in regards to Origin and NRL Fantasy, which we will get to. How are we, fellas?
Good, thanks. Yourself?
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, I'm
Vince?
good.
I am fucking terrific, Cord.
Wait, Dor.
Post-Origin, but Dor don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I am. Oh,
We're
look at
not
me.
PG anymore.
Boys, look, we did touch on Origin last week, Benson and I. We didn't really get your boys' takes. Obviously, a fantastic win for Queensland. Dor, you're still repping the Origin beanie there. Parramatta lost to the Dogs on Monday afternoon. Could have some fantasy implications with Moses either being selected or Hines. Who do we think is going to get that spot, boys? Are we a Moses or a Hines fan for Game 2 Origin in Melbourne?
You know what? The other day I was saying how Hines, hold on, let me fix this. Nico Hines is going to get selected. I said Mitch Moses is going to get selected.
yeah.
I actually have a feeling they're going to stick with Hines and be, they're going to back his judgment. I just have a feeling. I think he's going to be, I want to see how the team goes with 13 men. But I think they should pick Moses, but I think they're going to stick with Hines.
It's a tough one because, if they drop Hines now, what's their logic for picking him in the future? If you know what I mean, his form was great.
Is he the man for the future? I'm not sure. They have Moses similar age.
If you think about DCE for Queensland, he was pretty horrid originally for the Maroons, but we stuck with him, and now he's our best player, getting man of the match. So maybe they think that for Hines.
I think we're also forgetting that Nathan Cleary's back next year. So is either Moses or Hines actually going to be in the team next year? I'm not too sure. But in the short run, I personally think that Moses is going to get selected, which is why we had Nico Hines as a hold last week, because obviously then Nico plays around 16 bye. He'll play 15. He'll play, I think they have the bye 17, then they play 18, 19. So that's why he was a hold, I guess, for last week. Dor, are you a Moses Hines fan or?
No, this is a non-topic for me. It's Nico Hines. No, Moses isn't close for me. I think that Moses, while he has been good, he's only played, second week back now. I think Nico has been consistently good for the Sharks all year.
Yep.
And then you think of it they lost Suoli after 7-8 minutes in game 1. And then he was, just blaming him. I just think he's easily scapegoated, just like you and 5v5 could.
Very niche.
Dor, you said last week that you think if Hines has a bad game, Moses definitely will replace Hines. Do you think they should, or do you think it will happen, if you know what I mean? Obviously you're saying you think Hines will do a better job, but do you think Moses will get picked though?
If Moses played really well yesterday, I think he definitely would have got picked, should I say. I just think you got to go with Nico. Even though that he obviously didn't have the greatest performance, he still set up Lomax's try. So for me, I think you got to give Nico another try.
I think they're going to pick Nico, but I think they should pick Moses. That's my conclusion.
The other talking point, boys, from Monday night's game is the inclusion of Matt Burton. I think it'd be very silly if New South Wales don't pick Matt Burton, either in the starting 13 or on the bench.
Yeah.
He's got to be in there,
What's
right?
the point of picking Hudson Young to play in 20 minutes when you have limitless tons of back rowers anyway?
Yeah, it'd be silly. I think if you think about people who can change a game, Matt Burton can change a game.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it be either his bomb or his running game is really good at centre. So
he's done one prototypical Burton bomb this year, and it basically led to a try. I know it was disallowed, but why isn't he doing it more?
He's got to do it more. Yeah.
But
Does he have
Bring
shin
back the
splints?
Burton bomb.
Yeah. Would you guys pick Burton or Trell Mitt if you were a selector?
I was getting to this. Look, I'm just speaking on behalf of my fantasy side. I got in Trell Mitt last week. Just please pick Burton. Match. It would be much appreciated. But look, as I said a couple of weeks ago when we were thinking about who to pick for our New South Wales side, I'm more scared of Latrell Mitt.
I'm more, yeah. If there's a player that makes me nervous as a Queenslander, it's Latrell.
And Burton's just a perfect versatile player to have on the bench.
Yeah. I think Burton at centre would do a great job as well because he's got that combination with those Panthers players, To'o, Luai, Yo. So, look, it's not gonna be the end of the world if they do that, but I just think I'd be more scared as a Queenslander if they pick Latrell. And then I definitely think they need someone on the bench, like you said, like a Burton or even Appy Coruscant.
Don't think it'll matter. Queensland 3-0.
Latrell literally cooked
Hopefully.
us Latrell cooked us in back-to-back Series Ls.
And then was injured
And then gets
missed.
injured.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we're so unlucky. He comes back and then they don't pick him.
Yeah. The other sort of talking point for Origin selection is Dylan Edwards. Now, he's been included in this week's team list for Penrith, which is great news for them. But,
Disaster.
I mean, it is bad news for the all-out team as we sold him last week. We can all agree that Edwards has to be in for Teddy in Origin 2.
Yeah.
So
No question.
if you did sell Edwards last week, look, if you're in the same boat as us, I wouldn't be counting your losses. I mean, he's going to miss next week. He's got a couple of more buys to go. Right, Dor? I think you're
Oh,
shaking your head there.
yeah. No, I'm just shaking my head looking at the all-out team. It's not looking good, blood. But no, yeah, I think definitely Edwards. He's obviously coming back this week to prove his fitness. If he gets through unscathed, I think he was the person that they originally went with.
Yep.
I think Teddy was only going to get picked if they won, picked again for game 2 if they won that game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think Edwards is definitely coming back in for game 2.
Yeah, I'm looking at the all-out team here, and the doggies buy is really hurting us. But we'll get to TLT right now because there's some good news and some bad news across the board for round 15. Obviously, Nico Hines is back for the Sharks-Dolphins game on Thursday night. But bad news for our man Dor, Daniel Atkinson.
Yes.
Nick, he's been dropped as well.
Yeah, he's gone to 18th man. I don't know, there's been this year, they've definitely, some of the coaches have, rested, Blaze Talagi got rested. I think because of Trindle's performance last week, I don't think this is a resting for Atco. I think that, unfortunately, Trindle
has
has
to go,
got the
blood.
spot. So
He did his role. Got a bit of money.
208K he made.
Yeah.
we thank you,
sort-
NCOB.
Do they sort of see Atco maybe as he showed it in that Storm game. Maybe he's just a main half. Maybe he's not the best.
He's a dominant half.
He's not the best complementary half. He needs to own a team.
Yep. No, he did his role. What'd you say, Vince? 280K. You got us.
208K. So did his job if you traded him in.
He's been
that's a
great
nice
for
cash
us. So
cow.
nothing but praise for Atco. Just terrific from you, mate.
For the Finns, though, boys, the Hammer Kafusi return. Mark Nichols drops to the bench and Trey Fuller drops out. So is it time to sell Trey Fuller, or would you wait maybe next week for the buy round?
I've still got him. I'm holding him to the end, till the end of the
I
buy
sold
rounds.
This
him.
is the end.
But you can definitely sell him.
He does play next week,
He's
though.
600K.
He plays next week, though.
Yeah.
I sold him last week.
All right.
I really want to highlight someone before we move on.
Oh, I think this is
Talakai.
Talakai.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's starting second row while Teague Wilton's out indefinitely.
Yeah.
Do we remember what Talakai did a few years ago?
Oh, we do.
He was
We
a
do.
buy.
Poor Morgan.
It was
Harper.
buy.
Poor Morgan.
And with a score of 67 and only 391K.
And playing
Sleeper.
80 minutes
Yeah.
as well.
When's Wilton back? I know they don't play round
Indefinitely.
16, so that's a bit
According to
frustrating.
NRL, indefinitely, which
Yeah, they said
Hmm.
I posted last week. They said 3 to 4 weeks originally, but at the same, that was what Physio I think was expecting. The Sharks hadn't actually come out and confirmed anything apart from that he's just got an AC injury. Yeah. So if you look at Flegler's is obviously the worst case, and he hasn't come back for ages. But if you Cooler came back 2 weeks was it? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it really just depends. Look, the other thing is with Talakai is something that I'd mention is, do you think he's a sleeper or a smoky for the a spot on the bench for the Blues?
Oh, brother, that was my hot take.
Yeah, because
Well, I think no.
he's very versatile.
Good
He can
clickbait
play
there.
in the
It
centers.
was a hot take for a reason.
I'd rather him over Hudson Young.
I think Talakai, when did he have his chance? Was it last year or the year before?
Yeah, but he got misused.
He
Yeah,
did
he
get
got
misused.
misused.
He did get misused. I think he's been
Freddie
great.
Fiddler. Ew.
He's been
got that,
great.
He's got
but
that leg speed. He can literally cover, I'd argue, the most positions out of anyone in the comp.
I think they stuffed up putting Jake Trbojevic as
Yeah.
captain. I won't
He
lie.
can play edge. He can play middle. He can play centre. I could chuck him on the wing if I had to.
Yeah. I think they stuffed up putting Jakey
Thanks
T
for
as
listening.
captain purely because I think Jakey T could have got dropped for
Agreed.
game 2. So let's move on though. The Raiders, Hudson Young, speaking of New South Wales, is back for the Raiders. Lots of news for the Cowboys, I guess. They need to find a win, the Cows, because they're searching for a top 8 spot and it's just not coming yet. Murray Talangi and Reece Robson are back. Nana
big.
moves back onto the starting side, and Jason Tamalolo, by the looks of it, is at lock.
He's been pretty good, Lolo.
He's been all right for the criticisms that he's getting.
I wouldn't say
I wouldn't
career
say
best form.
I wouldn't say he's worth $1 million that he's getting paid, but
Oh, mate, I know he has about 4 properties up there in North Queensland.
He's fine.
I just honestly just shake my head at now. Why the fuck is Lolo starting? Peyton said last week in the pre-game talk, he said that Lolo was staying on the bench and that was his role for the rest of the season. Next week he's bloody starting. I give up with Todd Payton, honestly.
I think he might be gone at the end of the season. With respect.
Like, you can't say that someone's going to stay in that role for the rest of the year and the week after just name him to start. Like, he's actually been really good. Like you said, Mick, that Lolo has been playing really good on that bench role. Like 40 to 50 minutes. He's been getting good scores. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know what to think, but definitely one to watch, I guess.
Yep.
Big news for the Rabbitohs for their Friday night clash with the Broncos, and big news for New South Wales because Cameron Murray could come back into the side. He's returning from a hip injury. And for the Broncos, Willison's back in as well. So big news for the Broncos, but massive news for New South Wales. Can Murray be picked, do you reckon, boys, after 1 week in the Rabbitohs?
I think Madge will be watching him very closely.
Yeah.
He's the most exciting back rower in the comp, and he adds a bit of spark, something they don't have right now.
They literally need him, man.
He is Origin. Everything about Odd Origin is it's like fast running rugby. He fits the mold so perfectly. He has to be in there.
I think he might just go straight into starting lock because Isaiah,
Mate, this is what I said last year.
I agree, Cord.
Week.
He doesn't suit Origin in terms of the way he's used at Penrith, not him personally.
Yeah.
But I think if you watch Queensland, we don't really use the lock that much. Like Carrigan is basically just a prop.
He's just a second prop.
Kerrigan played 60 and then we brought on Hopgood for like the last 20.
Yeah, and they just carry.
The way that Origin works, it's a fast game, and you just need fast, dynamic players.
Mate, we went from
And Queensland
hooker pass straight to hammer like 3 times and we scored.
I think we were, I don't know, hoodwinked, shocked. I don't know what to say about the bamboozled. Oh, that. What were New South Wales thinking? Like, honestly, they've Trbojevic and Yo are basically like the same players. They have, they're slow
buses.
running, and I was just,
That's what I mean. I think they stuffed up.
trucks.
I think they stuffed up doing picking Trbojevic as captain because I honestly don't think he would have fit in Origin 2 team.
They should have picked him as an assistant coach just for his little pre-game talks.
Yeah,
I'd rather Yo at prop. And then keep start Murray at lock. I think, like you boys are saying, I think Murray's definitely coming straight in.
I could argue Murray could be captain as well.
yeah, could be.
That's my opinion.
That's
But apart from that,
Yeah,
I think
I
that, as we said, the only concern is obviously after this week with Trelly and getting picked for Origin. I think
if you got on
Keon did
Latrell,
well.
if you got on Latrell, you got 99 points. You probably played the perfect game. I mean, I was versing against you, Dor, that you had him and he
I should have captained
here's
him.
a shout. Put a bit, just not saying a lot. Just put a bit of money on Rabbits to make the 8. I don't even know if it's possible, but they're in
I think
a good
it is
run.
possible. I think
Benny Hornby.
I think they can only lose 3 games. I think
Yeah, well,
so.
It just depends if Trell gets selected for Origin.
Yeah.
That's true.
if he gets selected.
They're
he's
only
gone.
gonna keep on getting
not saying it's
players
going to
back.
happen, but you might as well.
They're only going to get players back, Campbell Graham and whatnot. So
A good news story for the West Tigers in what's been a turmoil month of football for them, I guess. Adam Dewey is on the extended reserves list here. He's a great fantasy player in recent years, and if you've ever picked him up, you know what he's capable of. So good to see him back running around. The other good news is Alex Twile, the man that we both bought. He's been named to start.
named.
Yeah, that's good to see. He did look like he was in a bit of discomfort during the game, but still got us 49 points, and that's great news, especially when like everyone's mid depth is horrible.
And the other big news, Dor, is Apisai Coruscant is playing in the halves and in number 9. Do you reckon that sort of impacts his sort of scoring?
yes, yeah, I think it will. He's still going to goal kick, but respectfully, the Tigers aren't scoring many points.
Yeah, who's the
unfortunately.
hooker? Talon De Silva. Sounds
Yeah.
like a football
He's
player.
played- that guy.
He's
Talon.
he's
Sounds
played
like he's
before.
got
Project.
He's played a few first grade games. It for me definitely I think it hurts Coruscant's fantasy production.
Oh,
Yep.
definitely. It wasn't great, to be fair. Lately.
But he's only playing there because of obviously the injuries to Sullivan and Galvin. Galvin's been playing under injections like the last month, and then it's kicked up a stink. So
And now he wants to leave.
Is
Yeah.
Galvin a sell?
Look, I think
Luxury.
he's definitely made yeah, it's a luxury trade. He's definitely made his money.
Does anyone even have any luxury trades anymore? I think everyone's down to like single digits nearly.
Yeah, it's bad. It's not good.
It's
Black.
tough out here.
It's bad.
It's so
Can
tough
we
out here.
request more trades, like additionally from round 20?
No, you can't.
His break even.
It's just a.
Can we pay to win already?
This is a shout to all that NRL fantasy admin. We need more trades.
Well, his break even's 38 for Galvin, so yeah, it's definitely a luxury trade. He's only going to be out 1 to 2 weeks, is what the physio was saying. I'm pretty
NRL
Yeah.
Fantasy, if you're listening, if you want a bit more coin, please implement pay to win and pay to get more trades.
I'm sure we'll go. I'm sure all our NRL fantasy listeners will fund a GoFundMe page for some more trades.
Yep.
I'm sure.
Sure, they will.
Yeah, the Tigers don't have another bye till round 26. So honestly, I'd be holding Galvin. I
100.
think he's going to be playing the next bye round. Hopefully he's back for that, and then also plays the round 19 one as well. So I'd definitely be holding.
Ben's, you're thinking about captaining David Fafita. We did
yummy,
captain him
yummy,
last
yummy.
That's a
week.
given.
We captained him last week, and look, in the 60th minute mark, we were struggling
What a
to
try.
see points. And then he really flicked the switch.
Cordelus is very angry in the
I was
chat.
so angry,
Yeah,
honestly.
it did ruin my day personally, but then him just realizing that he's David Fafita for like
Cody
one play.
Walker, I'm going to thank because
Yeah.
he got him
Thank you.
riled
Yeah,
up.
thanks,
Yeah.
Cody.
He poked
brother.
the
Cheers for
bear.
that, mate.
The commentator said he poked the bear about 10 times. So
It was
Corey
excellent.
Parker.
It was
He was echoing the whole
yeah,
time.
he
yapping.
poked the bear.
Don't
it was
poke the bear.
excellent,
Don't poke the
excellent
bear.
viewing that.
And he's not even going to play Origin. So lovely.
Yeah, great
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, with Queensland winning, definitely. If you didn't pick him up last week, this is definitely the week to get him. One to touch on, boys. Jaden Campbell, an exceptional performance. I know Mick and I got burnt on him earlier in the season, but wow, playing 6, 519k, got 57 points, break even of 22.
I still would rather see him at fullback, I think.
Agreed.
There is a concern, obviously, with Tanner Boyd being named on the extended bench, but I think that it's likely that Tanner Boyd would go to 6 and Jaden Campbell
I've
likely
mentioned
to
this
go to
before.
fullback, and unfortunately, Keeney.
What
would
the
not
hell
be
do
so
they
Keeney.
do when Brimson's back? I seriously don't know.
I-
Keeney's good.
One
Brimson's
of,
a gun.
one of them have to develop as a half.
I wouldn't play
one has
Tanner
to play
Boyd.
6.
Yeah.
So, like, in the long run, one's going to have to make the switch, whether it be Campbell or Brimson, because...
Well, they just re-signed Brimson.
Yeah. I think
Brimson-
it's a great signing.
Brimson fullback, Campbell 6, Keza at 7. That is what I'd
Brim.
be run.
The Brim.
Yeah, the Brim.
we're running out of fish of the week, and they've all been quite...
What a great boost again for our fish of the week, Salmon. He's back, 38 points.
Yeah, and
He keeps getting these boosts, and I
well,
don't know where
the
from.
doggies have a ton of injuries, so his job security is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hold, boys.
I mean, speaking of injuries, great news for the Waz. Sean Johnson's back this week, and looks like a great sort of pickup if you're looking for a pod sort of player. The CHT has retained his spot on the bench, and RTS has been included in the wider reserve, so it could be a return for him.
Can we talk about how well Tamara Martin
Oh,
has done while he's gone?
he has been
Sorry about
cooking.
my voice.
No, you're right.
Wow,
I love
Sam-
He's
coming
averaging 61.7 while he's gone.
None of that.
Did anyone pick him up?
No,
No,
I was
I
actually
picked up Tamara Martin.
thinking about it when SJ was there and he came back in and started off pretty good, but then he just hit a.
I literally roasted
Hit a
him on
wall.
the pod saying they need to change it. He started
No,
cooking.
he's actually
He has actually been
outperformed. He's
unreal.
been so good.
Yeah.
He has been so good, and you know, I wouldn't if the Warriors lose this week, I wouldn't blame Warriors fans for blaming Sean Johnson because Tamara Martin has been truly special.
I mean, another person that was special on the weekend and seems to be quite a must-have now with the
Our
bye
pickup?
coming up is Jerome Hughes.
Oh no, that was not our.
I thought you were
pickup.
talking about AFB.
Yeah, I was going to
and
say
AFB,
AFB.
but Jerome Hughes is playing the Waz and AFB this week, and Wishart, who's been just cooking.
I hope the
if you-
listeners listened. I said Jerome Hughes last week.
you need to be getting
he
these
was in the
guys for
buy
next
hold
week.
sell as well, Ben. So
You must watch every podcast and slow it down.
And buy a hat if we get it right.
Yeah.
100%.
No one's wearing the hat.
But yeah, Dor AFB was
sorry.
very good.
Yes.
I think he got 68 with a try. Is that
69,
right?
yeah,
69
69 with the try, yeah. I just thought it was good. He got back to his normal minutes. Looks like that, what was it, a couple of weeks ago when there was that little bit of tension outburst, has in the past, and he came out after the bye week and put in a real special stint.
Big shift.
Considering we were obviously tossing up between, who was it, Twal and I think Keon, we picked the right person, I think. He definitely got the best score last week. So, yeah. And like you said, Cord, obviously Bent's and you guys on the pod last week, we talked about Hughes, and then he was obviously in our buy, hold, sell. He just looked special.
Their buy round is special.
And,
Yeah.
and he didn't make like that much money where He's still at a good price.
No,
I'd
yeah,
say.
48 break even this
Only
week.
round 19 he doesn't play. He plays every other round. So
Yeah.
still get him.
I'd almost say D-bags. Like, I'm looking
Yeah,
at my
he's a bit
team.
of a
Might be
sell.
a straight swap.
I think
It's
that's
his
a
time.
great shout, Mick. Great shout.
Thanks, Dor.
I mean, speaking of the Eels, Maika Sivo is back. No Ryan Madison again, which is just such a killer for us that bought him.
Sign him, Broncos. I'd use him.
Yeah, sign him.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And good news, Roosters obviously coming off a bye. Most of their origin contingent are good to go. Manu's going to be good to go. So those Roosters players were great pickups. They play the bye round again in round 16. So I'll be buying all those guys back if you didn't already.
Just a quick one, Cord. Obviously, during the week with the issues with Brandon Smith, obviously missing the meeting, and now he has not even been named in the 22-man squad. And Connor Watson has thoroughly outplayed him this week, or this year, should I say, at hooker.
780K he is.
Yeah,
he's
that is excellent.
very exy.
I was going to say if he was cheaper, he's such a buy because he just works his backside off.
I'm going to go back to the Eels. If Trent Barrett names Lossick again in late mail, I'm going to be so angry.
I mean, with respect to Hands, with respect to Lussick on the bench, Hands played 60-something minutes, 68
go
minutes, 33 points. Like, you got to be getting 50.
I remember last week I checked. If he gets 35 for the next 3 weeks, he still makes over 100K. So
That'll do. That'll
Yeah,
do.
and
There you go.
he passes the eye test as well, Ben. So I'm seeing some stunning service from Hands out of dummy half.
I'm sorry, but I just
out
don't
in
see it with
front.
Lossick. I just don't see
Yeah,
it.
no, I think Hands was great. He just obviously missed some tackles. And
Lussick belongs on a team with like between 2018, 2021 Bulldogs, and just plays on that team.
that's disrespectful.
I just think that the other thing that affected Hands' score and obviously a lot of Parramatta scorers, they just kept on dropping the ball. They made
Yeah,
so many
they dropped it a
errors,
lot.
so there was so much downtime wasted due to drop balls. So
Eagles Dragons, Olakawatu's been named despite having a calf injury last week. He got a disappointing score, so that's going to probably affect his break even and his price in the coming weeks if he doesn't score well. No changes for the Drags, who had a good win on Friday night.
Sure did.
Benny Hunt's a really good player, isn't he? Like,
Yeah.
if we didn't know that already, he's very good.
He knows how to play footy.
Dozer.
Just let him
And
cook.
Lomax, can we hire some lawyers to get him out of that contract?
Can we?
There's got to be a
He's so
clause
good.
there about the coach because no one wants to be under Trent Barrett with
Yeah.
respect.
Also, Cordless, I'm disgusted. You just crossed over Ben Travojevic. He's actually back. He's averaging 47.3 in the past 3 games.
Origin jersey?
Yeah. How could you just ignore him?
I hope they pick him.
Burbo's seriously back.
And then Tom Talau.
Oh,
as
Tommy
well.
Tallow, jeez.
He's actually him.
I can't even roast him anymore.
Yeah. He's actually back.
He's actually played very well.
Tommy
Saying
Himmel.
4
Yeah.
tries.
He's just stunning. I was
Maybe he's
versing him.
off field. Maybe he's just peace of mind with stuff going on off field. Door.
Yeah, 100%. Misso is helping a lot.
Although Lomax is in career best form, so maybe it's
Yeah,
not
that's
transferable.
what I'm. No. That's what I'm saying. Like he's now moved on and he is now eating, and now
Yeah, it's
Tommy
worked out for
Tallow
everyone.
is now
It's worked
eating.
out for everyone.
It's worked out. It's
Yeah.
just win.
Rounding out round 15, boys, Knights and Panthers. Obviously, star fullback Dylan Edwards has been named for the Penrith Panthers. Jack Cole continues to be a very good option in the halves. He keeps eating.
I apologise. I just thought Jack Cole wouldn't keep the spot over Schneider, but I was wrong.
Yeah.
I apologise. And if you want to stop listening, go
His
ahead.
break even's still -7 as well, which is just annoying.
I never picked
overlooked
him up
the whole
either.
year.
Yeah, I never picked him up.
He's looking truly stunning, and Schneider's dropped from 18th man down to 21. So
There you go.
I think that his spot,
Poor Schneider.
yeah, his
What did he do
security
wrong?
is special.
Well, I will pull up one thing. Sorry, they're not playing this weekend, the Doggies.
Oh, don't. Please don't talk about him.
Sexton's 3-0 now. When at 7, he's 3-0 for the Dogs. And I said this many years ago that he is one of the great players in this league. And once he finally gets an opportunity, look what's happened: 1, 2, 3, 3 wins, 3-0.
Yeah, I got no problems with Sexton.
Thanks, guys.
I'm
Thank
with
you.
you. I'm with
Get
you
the
on that one.
receipts.
Just quickly, before we start yapping on about Sexton, I think we've missed a crucial point in the Newcastle team. Fletcher Sharp is still at fullback, and David Armstrong is named at jersey number 22.
He's a buy.
I was very lucky to pick up Fletcher Sharp last week, and he's kept his spot. When's Ponga back?
I got Armstrong last week.
What?
Round 23, yeah. it was a
No,
horrible
2 weeks
buy.
ago. 2 weeks ago, you got him, Mick. Don't get too excited.
Delete the app, Nick.
Look, I
That's a
think
rookies-
if
that's a
you've
rookie
still
error.
got Armstrong, look, you can probably sell him if you wanted to, but I think give him one more week because I think he's just been named there because the quad injury was 1 to 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'd give him one more week, and if he's not named, because his break even's only 15, and like Ben said earlier, a lot of sides don't have a lot of trades left. So I think with that break even, if you can definitely hold him for one more week, I reckon do so because there's a good chance he could be back. Obviously, Newcastle lost as well.
The only issue
weekend.
is that the Knights have round 16 bye. So it's like,
Yeah, it is
he's
annoying.
going to miss like 2 out of the next 4 games.
Yeah.
So I'd definitely argue he's a sell for me.
If they stick with Sharp, like from a recruiting perspective, surely you're just throwing money at him, Armstrong.
My issue, Mick, is though, if he's a fullback and just a fullback, there's so many good fullbacks in the game.
Well,
Where does he go and play?
I'm talking from a Dragons fan.
Sloan's he's getting there.
Yeah,
He's definitely
he's
getting
pretty
there.
good.
The NRL website has
You're right. Yeah.
Like,
The
there's
NRL
so many
website
good
has
fullbacks.
Ponga back in round 22.
Who's the worst
there you
fullback
go.
in the comp?
So, look, it could be a bit before that, but what Sloan is.
No, who is the worst fullback?
It's probably like
in
a
the comp?
3-way battle between, not at the moment, they're not bad players,
Every
but there's
team
just
has
so
good
many
one.
good. It's probably like Sloan, Buller, and
I would normally
Tracy.
say like Tracy, but he played so well.
On the weekend, yeah.
We're forgetting about someone.
I don't think anyone's bad.
There's that, like, the fullback position is so stacked. It's the most stacked in the
Keeney?
competition. Oh, probably Keeney. There you go.
Well, but he's not the first choice Titans fullback.
Drinking on
So-
defense.
Oh, Jesus
Worst
Christ.
defender
Drinking,
I've
catching a
seen.
high ball.
Court, should we go in how our team went last week?
Yeah,
And,
we forgot to do that, eh?
Yeah,
How did we go, Dor?
that's all right. We'll get to it now. 802 we got, boys. Round 14 score, and we are up to 6,564.
Look, we're definitely
we
coming.
are moving in
We
the
are
right
coming.
direction.
Like, they call us Chautauqua.
We should probably
We are coming.
mention Flats, member of the podcast, coming 300th.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Flatley's
fair
doing
play.
very well.
He is
Big
cooking.
pod team. This is the best year to get pods as well, or at least
Well, you got
from the
Tarpon.
start of the season, because all the guns are either injured or yeah.
Well, you got
Well,
Tarpany 2 weeks ago. Then last week got, I think, Campbell and Troll Mitt, who
Yeah.
both ate. So
He captained Moses too. If he didn't do that,
Yeah, if he
if
didn't
he
do
captained Trell, wow.
Yeah.
Our team's still looking good.
I'm having a quick squiz at our team though. We got Preston, Salmon, Carraz, Armstrong, Galvin, Atkinson, and Max King out, which is very concerning.
just quickly
mate, we'll figure it out.
on Preston, Danny Wilder has actually come out and said that
It's been 4 weeks.
Wasn't a broken
some great news.
ankle.
Yeah, not a broken ankle. He is a soft tissue. Should I say
Soft tissue.
Soft tissue.
Yeah, he's
soft
just
tissue injury
soft.
to his
Just
foot.
get up, mate. Just get up.
It's just a mental
could be
thing.
back to 2 to 4 weeks.
Just get up, mate.
So is that enough to hold?
I probably would still sell just purely because we're in that buy round sort of area, and he's not playing the next buy round, and he has to go blood, unfortunately.
Who are we buying? Eli Katoa?
Eli Katoa, Jerome Hughes,
Do we find a pod?
Damien
We've
Cook.
got to sell Dylan Brown.
Talakai is only centre A.
He'd be oh wow. He'd be an exciting buy.
We're just going to post that as a clip.
Look, I honestly think to our listeners now, I think we can definitely lock in a trade. I think we are definitely selling Dylan Brown for Jerome Hughes.
That's a luxury trade.
Here's one, Dylan Lucas. He's a star.
Yeah, he's been
He's been great. What is he back at the centres? The only issue is probably like Cord and Bence were saying, I think earlier, that Knights don't play next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been stunning.
If you need a cheap half, I mean, he has the buy this
And
week.
also, diabolical news on that, Mick. Lucas is back on the bench.
Yeah,
'Cause,
wow.
Bradman.
Why
Bradman,
would you bring that up, man?
Bradman Best is back.
Does this
Boys,
guy have a fantasy podcast? Like,
Mate, my rank's actually quite impressive.
Is Besta now a smoky? Is he joining the race now with Stags, Burton, and Trell?
Why is Lucas on the bench?
Because Bradman Best is back.
Bradman,
He still
those
deserves a back rower
For
jersey.
those who have Lucas, what would you recommend?
Definitely hold. Definitely
Yeah,
hold,
definitely
I reckon.
hold.
And he's been eating. I think his break even's still fairly low. So
Yeah, I think definitely hold. Tipping wise last week, boys, didn't go too bad actually. Apart from all the Queensland teams failing us, so we got 5 out of 8. I'm pretty sure. Yep. So
that'll do, Dor. That'll do.
that'll do.
We might just leave it there because this pod's going a bit over time. But these boys will be back for buy hold sell on Wednesday.
Yeah, it should be out Wednesday night, hopefully.
Yeah,
So,
Very good.
Lucas is not a buy.
Yeah. Well, make sure you don't pick up him in the podcast tomorrow.
And
We'll
then-
see you then.
Oh, just quickly, I was just going to say, Cord, because this is a very listened pod. I wanted to get out there that actually on Thursday night, I'm going to try commentary for the first time.
Oh, wow, this is
I'm going live on Wobble and Jaws Sports channel and commentating the Sharks Dolphins game.
I'll be tuning in.
I'll be
Make
tuning
sure
in.
you tune in
Make
for
sure
that.
to tune in. I might edit this and put this at the start of the podcast because this is huge news. This is huge news.
So yeah, I'm having a crack at commentary.
Can you
so
give an
better-
example now?
yeah. Can you give us your best goodbye or something?
Goodbye.
Then there goes Jerry Evans. Jerry Evans
down
gets in front of the coach.
Yeah.
Coach, goodbye.
Fully moi moi break makes a break door. What are you? What's your commentary?
Commentary.
Fooey, boy.
I'll be watching.
On that bombshell.
On that bombshell, we'll
See you next week.
then. Actually, Ben has to do his plug and then we'll go.
Celeb. See you everyone next week.